DJ Xian has started. Stay with me for another hour and learn about everything that's happening in the Korean rock music industry through our corner titled Rockin' are okay. Get ready to meet our two guests in just a bit. And let's start part 2 of Seung-shik with a song by Crispy Crunch and me. Crispy Crunch featuring Xian called 금붕어, Goldfish.
넌 지날 수가 없어. 네가 그립다.
Rockin' are okay. There are many legendary rock groups in Korea, and more people are showing a lot of interest in this genre. Let's say there's one rock song which you really liked, but you're not sure which group or who sung it. Then this corner on Seung-shik is right up your alley. We have two musicians in the studio with me. We have Yeom Seung-shik, aka Yeom Guitar, who is the guitarist for the rock group GateFlowers. And we also have Chang, who has been a musician for a long time and is now active as a music producer. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Jake. Hello, Yeom. How are you guys today?
Great.
Great?
It's raining. I love rain.
Oh, you like rain?
I love rain, yes. Not the singer. I don't like him.
Oh, you don't like Rain, the singer? Why not?
Because he's, he's
What?
rock. He's in the army and he's got this girlfriend.
He's got a great girlfriend.
I'm not a fan of both of them, but, it's just, I don't like a person in the army, with that popular...
With the ability to get the best girl out there.
Well, I love rain.
Well, who would you like to date in the Korean music industry, let's say?
It's a tough question.
Really?
Because,
Just choose one. I mean, there's so many.
let me think about it, and I'll tell you next time.
All right, what about you, Jake?
Oh, I'm married. I can't say that a lot, but I am married. My wife is downstairs. The coffee shop waiting for. Oh, you met my wife today.
I just met her, yes, down at the coffee shop.
Zip it.
And she listens to this program.
Oh, yes. Always monitoring, so.
All right, so the girl you wanted to date is now your
My
wife.
wife.
That's wonderful, Jake. That's
That is
wonderful.
really wonderful. Congratulations. All right, moving right on. Let's talk about the group you have brought for us tonight.
One of the biggest name in Korean hard rock and metal history.
Oh.
We're going to talk about Black Syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, tell us about this group.
Okay, 1986 was the birth of the second generation of Korean rock. And, Shinawi, like Baekdusan, Buhal.
Right.
They all came out as the mainstream hard rock bands. And they all released their debut album around that time, 1986, 7. And we have this Black Syndrome, formed by Park Young-chul in 1986. And a few months later, they changed some members and wrote songs for their first album, and it came out in 1988.
Right.
And it was called Fatal Attraction. And since then, they made about 9 albums, studio albums. And you have a live album, and altogether 11 omnibus albums too.
Ooh.
So they've been releasing a lot of albums since then. And over the decade, they played more than 1,000 gigs.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yep. And then after their Korean debut, they released their second, third, and the sixth album in overseas, like in Japan, UK, and France.
Oh.
They have their own rock market too. So in total, the band had 10 different lineups through the years, with even some members leaving and coming back for future release, and being Park Young-chul and the guitarist Kim Jae-man are the only original members since 1988. So there were really a lot of member changes, but all the talented member changes.
Okay.
So it can be the history. The band can't just go with just original members. It's difficult.
Okay. So who are the members now?
The vocal is Park Young-chul. I know him.
Oh, you know him personally.
Yeah. I actually had several concerts with them a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Kim Jae-man guitar. Yeah. Moriuchi Hideki, Japanese, apparently. So he's the drummer for the band. And Choi Young-gil is the bass.
Wow, is that actually common to have a foreign person in the group?
Pretty rare case. A long time ago, Black Hole had some Caucasian drummer.
Oh, wow.
Back then, 80s. And then, this foreigner being in Korean band is really rare case. But
right, yes, because I haven't seen very many, with foreigners in a Korean band. Obviously, they don't have any communication problems. Or maybe they do, but it doesn't matter.
Music is the
international language.
So, yeah.
Right. I knew you were going to say that, actually. So, we are talking about Black Syndrome. So their first album came out in 1988, and they came out as a mainstream band as well.
No, like Yeom Guitar mentioned, Shinami Back to Sanboa, they came out in 1986 as a mainstream rock band. But Black Syndrome, they came out as totally underground band.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because those three bands, Shinami Back to Sanboa, they released their album in Korean language. But this guy's lyric is really like all English, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And especially back in the 80s, Korean underground rock scene was really not great. Because I still remember back in the 80s, there's a magazine called, it's not really magazine called Metal News. I remember that. It's not really magazine. Someone actually put all these pictures and get all this information from other magazines and put it on the A4 paper and made a photocopy on it.
Oh.
And everything is handwritten. Absolutely no computers, no typewriter. I don't know whoever did it. Really great job. All handwritten stuff. And then in the middle of the paper, they staple it and fold it.
Oh,
he made probably thousands of copies.
Wow. He probably was doing it because he really, really just liked the whole genre and everything.
Yeah. I saw Black Syndrome through that magazine.
Oh.
Who's this guy? They're playing this and that.
So did it have like his own opinions about the groups as well on that?
Yes. Also, like I said, back in the 80s, the underground rock bands, they had cover tunes, most of the band. Like Judas Priest, Deep Purple. But this band is one of the bands that had original tunes.
Oh.
And the original tune sounded pretty good. They're not cheesy.
And this group we are talking about, they had a lot of albums. You said 11 albums. Could we sort of quickly go through all the albums that they have?
Sure, yeah. The first album came out in 1988. And over the years, they released 9 albums. And the 9th album came out in 2001. And after that, they got this live album, which is very rare in Korea. Because back then, we didn't have that great sound recording system for live. But, Black Syndrome has a great live shows. So they finally came up with live album called Official Bootleg. And then a year later, in 2004, they released the best album called I Want the Best.
They should have a best album since they have already 9 albums out there.
Exactly, yeah. So you have to sort out the good stuff, And
I heard that there's another album.
Actually, Black Syndrome debut album came out 88, but I have to talk about Friday Afternoon.
Okay, what's this Friday Afternoon?
Friday Afternoon is, like Motown record, Motown family, all this R&B, funk, and all this, the whole family has all this, the R&B and funk music. But we call Dado record. I don't know they still exists, but
I don't think so. Yeah, but I know that.
Yeah, Dado record has Friday Afternoon, which is compilation album. One record. Probably 8 to 10 bands. One song per band.
Oh, okay.
And I put it in the album. They had Friday Afternoon 1, Friday Afternoon 2, Friday Afternoon 3, and then after that, they just like faded away. So
Oh, okay.
Black Syndrome came out with that album too, just one song, like Black Leather, blah blah. It's really like old school classic rock type of deal. So Black Syndrome released their album through Tether Record.
Right. For people listening right now, you can basically, I guess compare this album with sort of, like the SM Town album or things
Exactly,
like that,
something
right?
like that,
With all the like one song by Shiny, one song by Boy, things like that, right? So tell us about the hit songs then.
Okay, well, their second album was very popular in the underground metal scene. But it didn't get much, bigger.
Okay.
Like, they didn't get to the major success. But their third album, called On the Blue Street, had a huge success in Korea. And in even Japan and some European countries, too.
Oh, wow. Overseas as well.
Exactly.
I remember I bought tape. I bought the tape, CD, and LP at the same time, but third album.
Wow.
On the Blue Street. Great
Okay.
album. I loved it.
Before we continue to talk about Black Syndrome a little bit more, let's listen to a song by Black Syndrome. Which song should we listen to?
We'll listen to a song called Secret Love from their second album.
Is this a good song? A very good song.
You're gonna listen to it. It's great. I love it. I'm great. Yeah,
Let's listen to this song called Secret Love by Black Syndrome from their second album. You are listening to our Rockin' R.O.K. Rock of Korea with Yeom Guitar and Chang in the studio. And the song we just played for you was Secret Love by Black Syndrome. So, these guys are famous overseas as well, and I heard that Black Syndrome collaborated with the legendary Japanese rockers and bands. Isn't that right, Jake?
Yes, the band is very, very picky about the recording quality. That's why they take twice longer recording time than other bands in Korea. And the living legend of Japanese rock, Kyoji Yamamoto, I remember this man. He's a really great guitar player. Featured a solo for some of Black Syndrome's album.
All right.
Yeah, officially right-hand tapping guitar technique. I mean, Kyoji Yamamoto, we mentioned Kyoji Yamamoto, and I have to mention the right-hand tapping technique, one of the guitar technique. Was what most of the people know, right-hand tapping was created by Eddie Van Halen. And you listen to the album, Eruption, one of the songs, the instrumental song, Eruption in 1978.
Right.
And he completely utilized the technique on Michael Jackson's Beat It. But if you listen to Kyoji Yamamoto's early band music, you can hear the right-hand tapping. And the song came out year before.
Ooh.
Van Halen's music came out.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but I recently found
the
out.
tapping thing, it's like the Bible.
Right.
A technique for a lot of guitarists, like rock guitarists.
Exactly.
But I thought it was Eddie Van Halen's.
But still a lot of people think that.
Maybe, someone else began with it, but he was the one who labeled it that,
Exactly.
Things like that happen. Well, for people who don't know what this is, what is right-hand tapping?
Okay, this is a radio. We don't have any video, so I have to explain. You guys to watch Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Watch Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly was on the stage with the 50s rock and roll band, and his father, Marty McFly, and Lorraine McFly, they finally dancing and kissing, and then he had to play one more song. And he played Johnny B. Good.
Right.
Chuck Berry. And he did great job. And almost end of the song is getting crazy. And he completely forgot he was in the 50s. But he's from the 80s.
Right.
So right before he went back to the future and he played Chuck Berry's song. And at the end, when he played solo, he's just like showing completely 80s hair band heavy metal. And he knocked out the amp, and then at the very end of the scene, he grabbed the guitar neck and he just pointed the right index finger and hammered on it. You probably remember that. That's right-hand tapping right there.
Okay. I do remember that scene. And then the guitarist, I think, of the band who was sitting out, he called and he's like,
That's
you were looking for something
classic.
new? Yeah, I have it for you right here.
Yeah, and he actually called Chuck Berry.
Oh,
That's Chuck Berry's
that
song.
was Chuck Berry
Yeah,
in the movie as well. Oh.
It was really, really, really funny.
Okay. And I heard that Black Syndrome also had a record of 100-day non-stop tour. Is that right?
Yes, but I don't know if any other bands in Korea has tried that. Because it's just, it's difficult. Because,
Definitely.
it's still amazing, and I think it's an unbreakable record. Well, they had the Korean tour in the early 90s, and back then there were a lot of venues for our bands to play. We have clubs and places nowadays too, but, it's mostly in Hongdae area. But back then, there are venues all over the country. And there are more rock fans too. And the Black Syndrome toured entire country and played 100 shows without any break.
Wow.
I mean, it's physically it's tough,
Demanding, very
and
demanding.
tough. It's really difficult. But at the same time, you want that audience to come to your show. And you don't want to play in like 5 people in front of you and do the tour in 100 days. So I mean, I really envy them. I mean, that whole atmosphere and the fame, all that.
You should try this.
I would like to try. Maybe I'll start with some, I don't know.
This will be very newsworthy.
I'll work on it. I'll talk to
Start with 30.
30.
50,
Yeah, 30 is good.
70.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been thinking about doing a tour of 24 days with different cities. So I actually Googled the population of Korean cities, and ranked the first to the 24.
Right.
So we picked all the cities to tour, but the thing is the venue. There are not many clubs in Korea nowadays, so they're all packed in Hongdae or Seoul. So I don't know. We could
Maybe you can
outdoor
do
concerts.
5 in Hongdae.
5 in Hongdae.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Different
start
venues.
with 5.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. We'll start from the small venues and
Like,
maybe work
yeah.
with it. Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Definitely. And Black Syndrome is the first hard rock band in Korea who have released and actually toured in Japan as well, right?
That's right. It's pretty hard to go to Japan. Japanese market is second biggest music market in the world. And then I believe back in 2003, I think Loudness, the Japanese band, a lot of people know Loudness. World famous Japanese legendary rock band. The vocal Minoru Nihara. He had size project XYZ.
Okay.
And A, and Black Syndrome had tour with them in Japan. It was very, very successful tour.
Oh.
And like I mentioned, Kyoji Yamamoto, the tapping guy, he was in the band called Bow Wow. And they had a concert together here in Seoul, Korea.
Can I say during this time maybe J-Rock was a little bit bigger than K-Rock?
Oh, a lot bigger.
A lot
no
bigger.
comparison. No, we could not really compare with the Japanese rock band back in the 80s.
Oh, so this was a huge thing to go over to Japan and actually compete with all these groups.
Exactly. That was really, really, I was really proud of them. And also, Outrage, the band, the metal band
Right.
in Japan, they always tour with Metallica and Slayer. They're world famous, the metal band.
Everyone's dream.
Yeah. But Outrage had a concert with Black Syndrome, and they're still calling Black Syndrome.
Oh, okay.
So they're never.
They have been accepted for their talents,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Well, we do have to listen to a song. So tell us which song we're going to listen to, Yeom Guitar.
The song we're gonna listen to is called "Feed the Power Cable Into Me."
Oh.
Yeah, it's from the third album, which is the most successful album of Black Syndrome.
Well, could you guys maybe tell us which part we should listen more closely to? Jake?
I shouldn't tell you, but the beginning is kind of like a little muddy thing coming out, but all of a sudden, and you get me shot. I mean, I can't really tell. You have to listen to it.
Oh, you just have to listen to it.
Yeah, this is the most famous song my whole time. This is my favorite, the favorite song of all time of Black Syndrome.
Oh.
I love this song.
That good.
That good. Check it out.
Wow. All right, here it is. The song by Black Syndrome and also Jake's favorite Black Syndrome song. It is Feed the Power Cable Into Me.
You make me shout. You make
You're listening to our Rockin' RRK Rock of Korea with Jake Chang and Yeom Guitar, our guests in the studio. And that song we just played for you was Feed the Power Cable Into Me by Black Syndrome.
You know, I have never heard this version before.
Oh, really?
I was expecting the studio version. This is live.
Oh.
Where did you get that? This is great. I mean, I was kind of, wait a minute.
This is different.
live. Yeah.
This is different. You want that copy of that version?
Please.
Please. Well, you're going to have to ask our producer for that,
I'll
actually.
definitely do it.
I mean, it sounded like a studio version, right?
It sounded really good, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was live.
It is live, yeah, wow.
Oh, Black Syndrome is amazing.
I'm going to call him
Jake is
tonight.
just stunned right now. Are you calling them tonight?
Is
Is that what you said, Yeom Guitar?
No. I
That's
mean,
what
they're
I
just.
said.
Oh, is that what you said,
wanna
Jake?
call him.
Oh, okay. I'm hearing voices from all over the place. So you know these guys personally?
Oh, yes. Yes, I had concerts, like I mentioned, I had concert 2-3 times with Black Syndrome. Definitely, we were the opening band.
Oh.
Yeah. And then,
And Jake, you're still very, very close to them. Get together with them.
originally I came back to Korea, so we kind of lost contact, but I just kind of reconnected because the great Facebook.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So I'm going to let him know. Listen to the radio.
We're talking about you.
Arirang radio on Saturday. So we're going to talk about you.
Oh,
We're going to
sweet.
talk about secret love.
But tonight we do have another band that we will be introducing to you guys. Which band? Yeom Guitar?
It's the 3-member band called My Aunt Mary.
Oh, okay. Tell us about the members.
We have 정순영 on vocal and guitar, and 한진영 on bass, and Park Jung-jun on drums.
Right.
My Aunt Mary, they don't play anymore actually.
Oh, really? Are they
they
like
were-
broken up?
I don't know if they had a breakup, but they were quite busy in 2000, from 2000 or before 2010. They were doing different bands now, I think. Like the bassist is doing a band called Yellow Monsters. You know,
Oh,
the famous
right.
Yeom, yeah, Yellow Monsters. And the vocalist and the guitarist Jung Sun-young, he's doing his solo project too.
Oh.
So these guys are really busy.
Okay, separately very, very busy. But how many albums did My Aunt Mary have then?
First album came out in 1999. So they're like, the first and second generation of Hongdae indie bands.
Okay.
And the first one came out in 1999, and the fifth album, the last one so far, came out in 2008. And My Aunt Mary, their music's like British pop rock. They sound like, but they have their own style too. But these guys didn't want people to call them as a British rock pop band.
Okay.
So what they did, their third album was called Just Pop, not British pop.
Just pop.
Just Pop. And the third album was the most successful album of My Aunt Mary, both musically and commercially too.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not. It's also their album has won the best album of the year at the second Korean Music Award.
Wow. So these guys are really musically and commercially both successful. Now, it is very hard to be very commercial and very musical at the same time. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, that's not something you can expect or like you can manage, or you cannot plan it. You just write songs, good songs. Sometimes it's people like it or people don't like it, but at the same time the music itself is really artistically accomplished.
Right.
So you can't really like the album. What's the Michael Jackson's album? What's called The Thriller. It was both artistically and musical, commercially successful, right?
Right.
But it's really rare to happen.
But I think it's a little bit easier for people who's just doing, really the very commercially successful genre rather than, this kind of a indie rock group to catch, per se, two rabbits.
It's difficult.
Yeah, two birds with one stone. That is really, really hard, right?
It's hard. And indie music, you just do your own kind of music, right? You don't plan to be like successful, But if you really want to be successful, you should go to you should sign a major record label. So the reason why they're back then doing indie music was they just wanted to do music of their own, but they became really popular. And the songs from the third album is still playing on radios and all over the place.
Oh, that popular! Wow, you know this group too, right, Jake?
Oh yes, I've heard the music.
Oh, what do you think of the music? Their music?
Well, like they said, they're not British pop. They're just pop. Yeah, they're just plain pop. They just a salt, not a steak seasoning or anything. It's a simple pop.
Okay, so if you had to describe My Aunt Mary's pop music and also that song we just listened to, Black Syndrome, kind of very sort of heavy music, what would be the biggest? I mean, musically they're very, very different, but what would be the difference for our listeners who have never heard of them, and they're hearing for the first time ever?
For
who would you recommend My Aunt Mary to? Well, to make this a little bit easier, and who would you recommend Black Syndrome to?
For me, it's different genre, but everybody can love it. So I don't want to make any different type of group. People might like, people listen to like mellow music. They might like Black Syndrome. Oh, what is this?
True.
Yeah, some, headbangers, metalheads, they might like this band. My Aunt Mary.
I was sort of thinking along the lines of, maybe people who have been listening to rock a little bit more and they are actually a lot into this genre. They might like Black Syndrome a little bit more. And My Aunt Mary does seem like it's a little bit for people who might not be so much into rock, but they just, kind of like the rock genre as well, and they're happy to listen to some mellowed down kind of rock music. Is that right? Is that the right description, Yeom?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Sure.
I have a question.
Yeah?
When are you going to bring GateFlowers and Yeom Guitar Soul album thing? Joey Yeom and GateFlowers. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, the thing. I don't know. Next week, I'm ready. I can just do it now if you have more time. I can do like 3-4 hours. I can fill the whole 4 segments.
Wow.
I'm ready.
I want to talk about GateFlowers and Yeom Guitar the whole time.
Sure.
So what happened to your vocalist? Your vocalist was outside the studio before, right? Did he leave?
Yeah. I don't know. Did he leave, Jake?
He was waiting for his girlfriend's call. Whenever she gets up.
He's got a girlfriend?
Am I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry. He's just a single, and I'm married. I love my wife.
We might not look like that, but we have a huge huge female.
Oh no, but
fans
that's not what I was laughing about. I was laughing about the fact that you're in the same group and you don't know whether he has a girlfriend or not.
Well, maybe I was just fooling around. Yeah.
Is the third one? Oh, oops.
Third girlfriend.
No. I'm sure he has one girlfriend. I hope so. Yes. I'm sorry.
That's the right thing, You shouldn't have 2 girlfriends at the same time.
Exactly. You can have one and then, break up quickly and have another one.
Yeah, even if you're a rock star, that's you shouldn't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, one at a time.
I'm sure the GateFlowers singer has one girlfriend, and he loves her so much.
I'm sensing that Jake is the kind of person who says this on air, and then when we go off air, he'll be like, yeah, I think I have another one. Yeah, I think I've seen her too. Well,
no comment.
Actually, I have met him before, right? Because we invited you guys into our studio before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he seems really quiet. So it's kind of surprising that he would be so, out there dating people and things like that. He was really quiet.
That's because the whole program was run by English. If he speaks Korean, he's loud.
Oh.
He's very talkative. He loves to share his thoughts. Maybe just speak out his thoughts.
I did not know that.
He's not
quiet.
He's not quiet. He's loud.
Next time he comes, I'll be his interpreter.
Yeah, we should invite him one time.
That'll be
Then I'll
that'll be
filter
fun.
some of the things he's not supposed to say. So it's gonna.
And I also did say, oh, do you want to come in and say something to our listeners? And he was like, I can only speak Japanese. And he left. I'm sure we do have a lot of Japanese listeners as well. So he can come in next time.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
Yes,
fun.
pass
Sure.
that on.
Sure.
And we are actually going to play for you a song by my Aunt Mary. Which one?
This is one of my favorites by my Aunt Mary. It's from the third album, Just Pop. It's called One Circle.
One. What's this about? Could you tell us a little bit about this song before we listen to it?
This song's about a relationship, I think. And the circle. So the relationship, it just comes and goes around, but it never ends. Sometimes it's you get bored or you get tired of things happen between the relationship. Things like this. It's deep. But I think it's about you can interpret in many different ways. Like this song's about a relationship that goes around like a circle.
Oh, okay. Very, very deep, actually. And I did not ask you this before, but, we always talk about bands having member changes all the time. Does that mean my Aunt Mary, they had the same members for the 5 albums? They were there all together?
No, not really. Actually, there's this bassist before Han Jin-young. His name was Lee Jae-yoon, but he left to overseas to study after the second album. But they made a success, like I said before, from the third album. So that's when you think of my Aunt Mary, you think of this Han Jin-young, the next bass player. So he's mostly like the main bassist of my Aunt Mary, if you think of them. So.
Did he go overseas to study music?
Well,
You don't know,
I really
right?
don't know, but probably I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes you think, oh yeah, if they're gonna go study music, be more, into whatever they were doing before, it's really nice to see that. But sometimes you see all these really talented people just leave the scene and not do the same thing ever again.
Yeah, that could have happened to GateFlowers with the guitarist actually.
You?
Yes, I actually plan to go overseas to study.
Oh, what, music
if
or
it-
something totally different?
Not music. If it wasn't for Top Band, I would have. I don't know. I might have came back, but actually, I went.
That's
Didn't
so
know that.
sad.
Because
We could have lost GateFlowers, a guitarist, if it wasn't for Top Band.
Thank to Top Band.
Thank Top Band.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very
It's
much.
a little confession. Yeah.
Wow, did not know that.
I had no idea.
And you're hearing this for the first time on Sound K. And this is all the time we have for tonight's Rockin' RK Rock of Korea. But Yeom Guitar and Chang will be back next week, so do tune in next Saturday as well. And on that note, we'll say goodbye to these guys. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here is a song by my Aunt Mary called One.
동그랗게 I'm not loving